Okay, so the next way we're doing is solving equations which involve logarithms. You need to make sure that you've watched the other two videos, one to do with the basic of logs, but also the rearranging of them and simplifying. Now I have added this here, that's just going to help us at the end to be able to solve it. Make sure I've not written the 6 rules or the 6 things you've got to remember with simplifying, but hopefully you've written them down somewhere before. But I will obviously talk through it whilst I'm doing it. So example 1, so we have this. Now when you've got 2 logarithms or possibly 3, the first thing you need to do is simplify it so it's just one single logarithm, okay? So this first one is in quite a nice way, but the next one isn't because we've got this 2 at the front, which isn't particularly great. So one of the rules is that that 2 can go with the x. So the first log will just stay the same, but the next one we can write as log 10x squared. Okay, it's still going to be equal to 2. Now that they're both just logs at the front, we can then use the rule where when you're adding them together, the end parts will multiply. So we'll end up with log 10 4x squared is equal to 2. Now the reason why I added this is because this will help us do the next part. So whatever the base is, which is what we have as 10, that to the power of whatever's here, so it would be 10 to the power of 2, is equal to what n is here, which is this part of our log. Okay, so base with that power is equal to this. Okay, and that's what I've written here. Now we can work out what 10 squared is, which will be 100. Okay, and then we just solve it for x. So we would divide by 4. So we get 25 equals x squared, and then square root it. X equals 5. Now normally when we're doing questions similar to when we did trig, when you square root you get a positive and a negative answer for x. Now one thing you need to remember with logarithms is that x will never be negative, okay? So you won't ever need to do the positive and the negative one, okay? It will just be the positive answer that you need, okay? So let's just quickly write a log. So for logarithms, x is never equal to 0 or less than 0. Okay, cool. Okay, so that was quite a nice one. We're going to move on to, in fairness, the next one's quite nice too. It's just a little bit different. So again, we've got 2 separate logs that we need to simplify to make one. Now we're taking them away. There is no numbers in front of them, which is good. So we can use the rule that when you're subtracting them, it will become a fraction. So it would be log 3, and it would be the first one divided by the second one. So x plus 11 divided by x minus 5 is equal to 2. Okay, I'm just going to write it down a little bit. So again, coming to this. Okay, so the base power we've got for this question is 3. Okay, the power, so our x for this question is 2, so it'd be 3 squared, is equal to this fraction, x plus 11, x minus 5. Okay, so we are going to simplify that 3 squared, so it's going to be 9. Okay, and then you would just carry on and solve it like normal. So at the moment we don't want this fraction here, so we're going to multiply both sides by the denominator. So multiply it by x minus 5. Okay, I'm just going to put it in brackets, so 9 bracket x minus 5 is equal to x plus 11. Okay, expand the brackets, so we get 9 times x, which is 9x, 9 times minus 5, which is going to be negative 45, is equal to x plus 11, and you just carry on like that. So take away x. Okay, so we've then got 8x minus 45 equals 11. add 45 to both sides. So we get 8x equals 56, and then divide by 8. So we've got 1x is equal to 7, and that's the final answer.